Hey guys, Artist Creation back again with a brand new Destiny 2 build video, and today we are doing a Stormcaller build. Now this is going to be top 3 Stormcaller, and you're going to need yourself a Pulse Grenade. And for the top 3 you have your Chain Lightning, so melee abilities, Chain Lightning to targets. You got your Transcendence, which is when you pop your super with a full grenade of melee energy. It will heal you and your Storm Trance lasts longer. Iconic Blink for that teleport to get to your enemies quicker or to get away in sticky situations. And then you got your Arc Web, which is the most important part of this build. Now Arc Web is where your melees and your grenades does chain, and the more you chain, the more grenade energy you get in return. Now that's the main part of this build, is what you really need. Now for this setup, it is the fun build setup now. And I'll show you how that works, and then I'll tell you how I did it last night, because last night I did a lot of masters for that double loot that's up at the moment, and I'll show you what weapons I used for that with my team, and I'll tell you all about that. So first of all, Last Breath with Demo and Adrenaline Junkie. Now I picked this up 2 days ago, and with the changes coming to Adrenaline Junkie, this is going to be a really strong weapon as an anti-barrier. And of course, because you've got your Demo, you're getting that ability energy back for your grenades nice and quick. I got a trinary system here with Killing Wind and Demolitionist. Now Demo on this is very good and very quick, because you get more energy back for those special weapon kills with Demo, I've noticed. And then a 1k. Now for the fun setup, you don't need to worry too much what weapon you put in the heavy slot, it's up to you. But the 1k is there for the one bang. I won't really use it for this build video, but you can use it if you want to, for the fun part side of this. Now for the exotic side, we got Crown of Tempest. Now, so for Crown of Tempest, whenever you get an arc ability kill, you will get it recharges your abilities. So you can get up to ×3. Once you hit that ×3, your regen is very high. And now for that, I run a double Ashes to Assets, which will help you get your super back so fast running the double. And then I run an Elemental Ordnance as well on top of that. For the arms, I got double Impact Induction, and I got myself an Elemental Ordnance as well. Now Impact Induction is where you do melee damage, you reduce your grenade cooldown, so it's all about getting those grenades back quick so you can recharge your super, so you can keep chaining, because it will chain a lot more with your grenades, because enemies can pass through it because you're using the pulse grenade, so it's very strong. Then for your wells, you got your Seeking Wells, so all your wells will come to you, so you don't have to chase them down to get that ability regen as well. And then of course you got your Concussive Dampener, Sniper Damage Resist, which I used last night in the Master for the rewards. And then Lichen Boots, we got our Scav for the Fusion Rifle Scavenger, and you got one Innervation. Now for the fun build, you should really have in a double Innervation, because you don't really worry too much about ammo when you're just bouncing around killing enemies with this. Another Elemental Ordnance on that, so you're running a triple Elemental Ordnance, you're running a Seeking Wells, and then you got your Particle Deconstruction and Bountiful Wells. Now the Particle is more for the harder content, but for what you could do, you could just run that double Bomber if you really wanted to. But overall, I still think for the fun one, Particle is probably your go-to if you want to, but you don't have to run that. And that's the setup, that's the build. So we'll get into this last sector, and we'll give it a go. So I have a full super right now, but look, once you throw this down, you see the chain going off. Got all your wells coming straight to you. Now I have a ×1, so I'm going to run down here, I'm going to melee this, and it should chain around. And I already have another grenade, I'm going to drop that down there. And of course with particle and that, it just decimates. Now if we can get a good group of ads up here that are just spawning in, you'll see the chain, and we'll throw that there. And what you have to get a kill though for conduction times to the proc. Have to get that kill. And you get all of those wells coming straight to you. Alright, another grenade down here, should get another kill. And keep up that conduction times as much as possible if you can. You get about 6 to 7 seconds I think on conduction times. And once you just keep rolling with it, it'll just keep regenning you nice and quick. Now I'll pop my super here, and we're going to drain it down. We'll wipe this area out, and you'll see how quickly you can regen it with Ashes to Assets. Now again, this is a big ability setup. You don't have to use your weapons too much, in the lower end content anyway at least. You don't have to worry a whole lot. And the best thing about running top 3 is the amount of chaining you can do. So when you have that super rolling, as you can see you can teleport. Once you have the super rolling, it just chains for days. And because Crown of Tempest also extends your duration, it's so good. It's just really, really good. So we're going to stack up a couple of these boys together. We're going to drop this down here, and you'll see how fast your super will chain up. Now we're almost at that, in the second bar now. We'll get rid of this boy here. Nice and quick, because we don't need him. He'll spawn a second round of ads. I'm already halfway. I'm going to drop that grenade on these boys here. I should kill them off. Just pop that. Another grenade. And it chains. So that's why the pulse is the best, because they'll walk into it. Now we already have another super, and that was within about 20 seconds or so. And that's the lock sector polished off and finished. And that's it. Like, it's so quick. It's so quick to get that super back, to get those chains. Like, it's a really, really fun build. Now, what I was doing last night for this was I was running a threaded needle, a Tikus, and a sniper. Now, for the sniper, I have a Wellspring sniper on Eye of Soul. We got a Tikus Divination, and we got ourselves a threaded needle with the Vorpal Rapid Hit. And then what I did is I changed this up to my bow for overload, and then I just popped on this just to get that extra boost on my recuv. Then on this I did a scav for that linear, and I kept that because the amount of times I got my super off last night was incredible, and I kept generating wells from my fire team because of the elemental ordnance, and they kept refilling their abilities on top of it as well. So I asked them, well, how was it? And they were like, there's so many wells everywhere. So you got to get the grenade into big groups of ads. So again, the build is Bountiful Wells Particle Construction. Now, if your fire team, if someone on your fire team is running Particle, you don't need to run it. So you could just take that bad boy off, run a double bomber or whatever you wanted on it, and then that's where you benefit from something else. Now you could have, so here I said you got a scav, an innervation, and elemental ordnance. You got your concussive dampener, sniper damage resist with your seeking wells. Then you got your overload bow, your impact induction. Now, for this, it's best just to get this. I think the bow setup is best for this build. So you can stay back, throw that grenade. I found it worked best for me anyway. And then for Crown of Tempest, you keep the same setup, Ashes to Assets ×2, and you got your Elemental Ordnance for the third one. And that was my setup last night, and we were smashing out masters in 15 minutes, nice and easy, chill, just having a chat and party chat. So like, that's the build, that's the setup. So just make sure you're running a pulse grenade. When you toss it in, it'll kill all the enemies, and because it stays down for so long, you'll keep chaining it and you'll keep getting grenade energy back. Especially at the end of Hollowed Lair, you get a grenade in there if you're struggling for super. When all those enemies spawn in, when he teleports out, it's incredible. And then of course just running your top 3 Stormcaller, and that's it. That's the setup. Now, thank you so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you like what you see. Also, I just hit affiliate on Twitch. So anyone that's here, that comes by, that also checks out my Twitch, I really, really appreciate it. I thank you so much. It's a big milestone. And I'm going to keep pushing going forward. And hopefully with the YouTube, we can do the same. So I'm really, really having a lot of fun making these builds and stuff. So again, thank you so much. And I will catch you in the next one.